Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, today I wanted to talk about my homework. A lot has happened. I submitted my homework again, and it it actually exceeded expectations. It actually exceeded expectations. So let's take a look at that and see what um, critical things that they have to tell me, like as far as what I need to work on and for the future, and what I need to do for now, and what was good in the actual um, homework that I submitted. No, oh my God, they have this redone differently. Okay. Aloha, Kimberly. Thank you for your thoughtful and reflective submission. You're clearly engaging with both human and strategic elements of the skills gap analysis, and your sincerity in wanting to create a better work environment really comes through. Let's highlight some of your strengths along with a few suggestions for growth to help elevate your work even more. Strengths: authentic vision and culture. You express genuine desire to foster inclusion, respect, and fairness. You point out about coaching employees through misunderstandings rather than retaliating is a strong example of emotional intelligence and leadership. One day I'll have a business. I know it. You just gotta wait. It's a great it's great to see that you're thinking about employee retention and mutual respect. Both are crucial for a thriving workplace. Mm. Yeah, employee retention I spoke about and mutual respect. Both are crucial for a thriving workplace. Realism and workforce analysis. You offer a grounded view of the current staffing situation, recognizing both the strengths of your team and areas for improvement, like limiting gossip and increasing communication, shows self awareness and leadership maturity. Cool. Honest engagement with challenges. You're not afraid to call out how emotions or bias from leadership can impact moral and performance. Yeah. Your solution oriented mindset focusing on respectful dialogue and coaching. You're very constructive. Okay. Yeah, I try to be solution oriented. Solid start to the get, because I have to interpret this and internalize it as we go along, because uh this is what she just wrote me. Solid start to the skills gap template. You apply the framework well and identify key competency gaps. Uh, This provides a helpful snapshot of where development efforts should be focused. Growth and improvement areas. Okay, clarify. Yes, that's number one. I know. I know. And explain cultural vision. While your cultural goals are well intentioned, try to define your unit's culture more specifically. Um, understood. For the example, what behaviors or values, collaborations, innovations, accountability will drive inclusion and performance, fairness and performance? How does this align with Emory's broader vision? Okay, okay. Let me read that one more time because this is very important. Clarify and expand cultural vision. While your cultural goals are well intentioned, try to define your unit's culture more specifically. Try to define your unit's culture more specifically. Yeah, yeah. For example, what behaviors or values, collaboration, um, okay, 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 okay. More structured language. Some responses could benefit from clear organization, professional tone. Consider breaking up long paragraphs and using more formal language to clarify your ideas and strengthen your credibility. Consider breaking up long paragraphs and using more formal language to clarify. Chat GPT. Uh, Taking too long. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. Example of more formal language. Okay. So it says, here's an example of how a sentence can be transformed in from informal to more formal language. So an example of informal is, I'm going to look into the problem and get back to you soon. Okay, formal. I will investigate the issue and follow up with you shortly. Would you like more examples? Yes. Okay. Okay, I get what she's saying a little bit more. To clarify your ideas and strengthen your credibility. So more formal language mean more investigative language. more investigative. Yeah. More structured language. Some responses could benefit from a clearer organization and professional tone. Consider breaking up long paragraphs for more formal. I read that. Inclusion and diversity strategy. You have identified underrepresented groups, which is excellent. To deepen this, consider proposing a few tangible solutions like mentorship programs, DEI, diversity, and exclusion. Oh God, I forgot what DEI mean. Hold on. What does DEI mean, Siri? No, DEI. Okay, I didn't know what the middle word was. I know it wasn't something else, but yeah, I knew it was inclusion, diversity, and inclusion because I kept seeing that. But the equity or accessibility initiatives. Strategic framing when discussing current and future staffing, try connecting more directly to specific strategic goals. When discussing current and future staffing, current and future staffing. Um, Try to connect more directly with specific strategic goals. For example, if your goal is innovation, how does adding a new team member help meet that exact objective? If your goal is innovation, how does adding a new team? I remember putting adding a new team member. You're well on your way. Your compassion and practical mindset are clear assets. Now it's about sharpening your presentation and connecting your ideas more directly to strategic outcomes. Keep up the great work. Very good motivation. Um, Go to projects. We were at 9 and now we're at 10. In the previous step, you develop a skill gap analysis to identify the gaps between the skills of your current unit and the skills required to meet or needs in the future. In this step, you will think about employee retention. Methods as you carry out meet or strategic plan. How can you retain valuable employees as you navigate changes in your organization? After a busy day of meetings, you're conducting your routine wrap-up activities when you receive a call from Karen Sheridan. You missed the call, but he leaves a message. Hello, it's Kevin Sheridan. As you may have heard, response to the new strategic, I'm so daggone hungry. Response to the new strategic plan has been mostly positive. However, a few employees have expressed concern and uncertainty about their place in New York's future. Dang, they quitting. This underscores the importance of having an effective employee retention strategy, the third in our strategic goals. I wanted to ask, as a leader, how will you minimize employee turnover and fulfill the strategic goals within your unit? What can you do to increase employee morale, engagement, and satisfaction among your current workforce? I like you to include a plan for employee retention as you build your workforce action plan. Your workforce action plan will detail your methods for building and managing your team while while also carrying out the regular functions of your unit. You will need to include a section on employee retention as a part of your overall workforce action plan. Okay. Oh, let me go back. Retention of high performing employees is a major concern for organizations today. Employees leave for many reasons. Some find a job that's a better fit. Some may move to another physical location due to life changes or spouse changes. Some may leave for work related personal issues. Or some may simply no longer want or need work. According to Society for Human Resource Management, managing for employee retention, studies have shown that employees typically follow four primary paths to turnover. Those four paths are employee dissatisfaction, better alternatives, a plan change, and a negative experience. Employee resource professionals are constantly looking for ways to reduce employee turnover as retention. Human resource professionals are constantly looking for ways to reduce employee turnover. Okay. It was cited at the top Workforce Challenger HR Professionals Global Force Survey, Managing for Employee Retention 2018. The survey claims that reducing turnover is important because turnover is costly. Unwanted turnover affects organizational performance and the ability to retain highly skilled employees become more difficult. Focusing on employee satisfaction, corporate culture, and employee engagement are ways to increase the overall employee retention. Keeping high performance motivated employees ensure that the organization keeps a competitive edge on the marketplace. Okay, y'all. I'm not going to take a break, but I'm going to put something in the microwave real quick because I haven't ate all day. Um, Understanding what motivates an employee, and by the time I'm finished with this, it's going to be a minute, is the first step in retaining that employee. According to Hogan Assessments, a leading personality assessment company that specializes in assessing motivational factors. There are 10 core values that affect how motivated employees is within a particular job role and overall company culture. Recognition, power, Hinduism, altruism, affiliation, tradition, security, commerce, aesthetics, science. So let's read that again. Recognition, indifference to visibility versus wanting to be noticed. Seek fame, appreciation, and acknowledgement. Those scores are unconcerned about official attention. High scores are seek the spotlight. Power, indifferent to achievement competition versus wanting to be perceived as influential, driving to achieve results, controlling resources, gaining responsibility. Low scores are willing to follow, high scores are willing to take charge and make a difference. Hinduism, seriously self discipline versus fun loving, enjoyment seeking, wanting fun, variety, and enjoyment in the workplace. Low scores are restrained and self discipline, High scores are fun loving and want to enjoy work. Altruism. Valuing self help versus wanting to help others. Low scores believe in self reliance, high scores believe in selflessly extend help to others. Affiliation. Oh, affiliation, independent versus wanting social contact, seeking opportunity to build social networks and collaborate with people. Low scores prefer to work alone. High scores search for interaction and social acceptance. Tradition. Valuing progress and change versus history and convention. Respecting structure, rules, and authority. Those scores challenge the status quo and are open to change. High scores respect hierarchy, authority, and the ways of the past. Security. Risk tolerant versus risk averse, wanting stability, structure, and order. Low scores easily tolerate uncertainty and risk. High scores value defined clarity and predictability. Commerce, indifferent to financial matters versus focus on commercial outcomes. Seeking wealth and financial success. Low scores have the modest financial aspirations. High scores pay close attention to financial matters. Aesthetics, practical versus creative. Creating work products with focus on innovation, style, and appearance. Low scores care about functionality. High scores care about creative and self expression and the look and feel of their work. Science, intuitive and analytical, preferring a rational, objective approach in decision making. Scores prefer intuitive decisions. High scores prefer deliberate database decisions. Using a psychometric assessment called motive, values, preferences, and inventory, MVPI, an HR professional can see which of these factors need to be that orange juice is good. Wow. An HR professional can see which of these factors need to be present with a particular role to motivate an employee, which leads to high levels of retention. After understanding the drivers of a particular employee, effective best practices in a number of areas can be implemented to help an organization achieve high levels of employee retention among its workplace. Okay, okay. These areas include recruitment practices, strategic socialization and higher assimilation, opportunities for training and development, above average compensation and rewards, fair treatment by supervisors, and attention to employee engagement. Okay. Work related benefits and perks. According to leading talent recruiter Robert Half, there are many benefits for organizations that develop employee retention strategies and dedicate time to execute those strategies. Onboard and orientation. New hires should set up and succeed from day one. Leading organizations such as Cisco Systems have, have a program called NEO, New Employee or Orientation, that consists of 2 days immersive experience that helps the new hire dive into company history and get brought into the speed of company values, desired business outcome, and codes of conduct. The benefits of solid onboarding and orientation program is the new employees know exactly what to expect of them the first day. Mentorship programs. Pairing a new hire with a more senior worker at the same area is a great way to instantly connect the new hire to the organization. Mentors provide guidance, friendship, and experience viewpoints that will help the new hire assimilate within the new organization. So pairing them with senior workers provides guidance, friendship, and an experience viewpoint. In the competitive labor market, compensation is a key factor, benefit, and perk of a job. Beyond the simple salary, benefits such as health insurance, recruitment contribution, paid time off, and bonuses can help retain employees. Recognition and reward systems. All employees want to feel that their efforts or values make a difference within the organizations. Reward systems that incentivize behavior that drives desired business outcomes can be powerful retention can be powerful retention factors for employees. Burnout is increasingly becoming an issue for employees. and a major contributing factor to employee turnover. Encouraging staff to take vacations, not check emails during work hours, and limit working hours to approximately 40 hours a week can improve retention. Where was I at? Improve retention with offering telecommuting or flexible schedules, or offering an in-house gym. Most employees are interested in advancing their careers through learning new skills, developing further expertise in their current role, or seeking opportunities to grow. Benefits and perks that organizations can offer will assist with employee retention, and also be offering training and continued development to employees to ensure that upward mobility becomes easier for employees. Workplace promotions and awards. There are many ways to foster promotions and awards to assist employee retention. According to Gradwich 2006, there are several workplace practices that contribute to overall employee well-being. Examples: work-life balance, organizational commitment, job satisfaction, employee morale, productivity, absenteeism, turnover, employee growth and development, job satisfaction, job stress, motivation, organization effectiveness, competitive advantage, quality, health and safety, job stress, negative, physical risk, negative, organizational commitment, positive, accident, injury rates, absenteeism, healthcare costs, all negative. Job satisfaction, recognition, job satisfaction, positive, motivation, positive, job stress, negative. Hiring selectivity, positive, productivity, positive, turnover, negative. Investment, all positive, job satisfaction, organizational commitment, employee morale, positive. Productivity, positive. Turnover, negative. Absenteeism, negative. Promoting these workplace practices and then providing rewards for demonstrated examples of use can help employees and organizations achieve a variety of outcomes. Conclusion: employees are the most valuable assets of the organization. Focusing on retention requires a multitude of strategies and increasing engagement, developing culture, focusing on reward systems, achieving work-life balance, um, providing training and development, and many others factors. Organizations are facing increased competition for talent as technology becomes more complex. Employee retention strategies are quickly becoming a top concern for executives and from many organizations. In the previous steps, you identify the critical positions in your unit. As such, these positions have the greatest need for succession planning. As you continue building your workforce action plan, making make sure you understand the distinction between succession planning and workforce planning. The most important aspect of workforce is this people. Human capital plays a major part in the organization's strategic plan. You must have a plan for managing these individuals responsible for carrying out the company visions and goals. Note, how will you identify potential candidates for leadership positions within your unit? For example, who do you have in the pipeline to replace you once you move up in the organization? Sorry, y'all, I'm reading like in my brain. Okay, okay. We are going to stop there because the next project is due July 22nd. 2 days are due. Okay. Let me look through here though. Okay. Okay, I didn't want to mess up the feed, but uh, I'm gonna go ahead and mess it up by playing some Republican stuff. I didn't want to, you know how they say, don't cross the streams. I'm talking about school. Didn't want to have to cross it with politics, but right now, what I'm gonna do is play something about Trump because they're talking about his health or something. So while that's playing, I'm gonna go fix me something to eat. But I want y'all to see that it's not gonna take that long. Okay, I will play this. They didn't put hiding Harris. They didn't put hiding Harris. They put hiding Harris. Like, and then they put the apostrophe on top, like it's multiple personalities or such. Hiding plural. Uh, you know what? That's crazy. That's crazy. He is cussing his butt off. Dang. He need to be a sailor. I thought I cussed a lot. Oh my God. security guard was like, I'll pretend like your hair is on fire, sir. Here, your hair is on fire. He sound like me right now. He sound like me. But I don't be lying. I don't be lying. Like when certain people tell a lie, they sit up there and be like, "Well, I don't." I mean, if you have to think about it, but if you say this, this is gonna happen. You know what? I just feel like that's basically what he's doing. Oh my God. He said Chucky Schumer. Stop taking my words away. Chucky Schumer. Mr. Schumer. Oh my God. Whatever. Oh my God. They were funny, man. They were funny as crap. Like Gavin Newsom called Trump a sick son of a bee. And I'm like, okay, what does that make you for allowing people to flood our country? Like you 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 allowed the riot to go on and still is allowing the riots to go on. And it's like it's just terrible. Everything they sneeze and it's Trump's fault. They anything that happens to them is Trump's fault. That's what Trump derangement syndrome is. It's when that's like me not getting a check. If I don't get a check today, it's Donald Trump fault. You hear that, y'all? You hear that? You hear that? If I don't get a check of $500 today, the stimulus is Trump's fault. You know why? Because Trump make everything happen. Come on now, kill the noise, kill that noise. You know, he's a great person, but now Kamala Harris, we got Kamala Harris running for president again. Oh man. We got who else? We got Gavin Newsom saying if Trump he said if Trump keeps doing what he's doing, he's gonna run for the 2028. Oh man. It's just crazy. It's 2025. I got time. I got time. I got time. I'm gonna do everything in my power. You know, like seriously. They'll probably kill my story, man. And what I mean by that is they probably make me look like some non-educational girl who doesn't know how to talk, who doesn't have any background or anything in anything. You know, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not doing this for the bad Democrats. I'm doing this for me, me and the people of wherever I'm moving to in the nation. I don't care how I talk. When I sit up there and I get into talking the right way, I know how to talk. And I feel like, you know, I just want y'all to know. Sorry, I just got this message. It threw me off. I just want y'all to know that, you know, talking like this is something that I know how to do. And I really want to help those people out as much as I can. But I feel like um, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris is, you know, could end up. It's a possibility. There's a slight possibility on the end of the spectrum that they might win. Like, and what I mean by that, even if it's 10%, it's still 10% they might win. So what do we do with that cause? You know, unless there's a guarantee that the Republicans will win, there is no absolute reason. There's no absolute reason why Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris should be running. She lost. Gavin Newsom sucks as a governor. You know, a crackhead could run California. A crackhead could run California. A crackhead on heroin and opiates can run California. Sleep, seriously, and get on Fear Factor and eat some daggone nothing. I was thinking about Dave Chappelle, but yeah, like a crackhead can run California. So, you know, they get the one person that knows how to speak intelligently to sit up there and say a bada boom, bada bing, a few words to sound intelligent, to hit you with a couple of words that you may not have have gotten used to hearing. And that is that. You know, that's what he does. And it's not about the verbiage. It's about the verbiage, but it's not about how intelligent you can sound. It's about what you can put out for your community, what you can put out for your nation when you running for president. What can you do differently that Trump hasn't already done? What is your angle when running for president? What can you do that is going to make a change like Trump has? You have to think of those things. You know, it's just crazy. I think things are going to get changed for the worse if a Democrat gets into office. If a Democrat gets into office, things are going to be changed for the worse. Things are going to be changed for the worse, and things are going to happen that it's going to happen all over again. Because what they need, they do need Hispanic votes. I'm not sitting up there bashing Hispanics. Like you just saw the lady, the lawyer talking. She's Mexican. She's mixed. She's a great lady on Gutfield. No problems with her. There are Mexicans that's working hard. There's Mexicans that's getting by and getting past, based on laws that are out there. There's Mexicans doing a lot of good things, but then you got those, the majority of them, it has to be the majority of them. And you got those, I say it's 10% that are trying to do the right things and that are trapped between trying to take up for their race and be a part of the American dream, you know. And it's like, it's just crazy. They want to be a part of the American dream and take up for they can't have both. because they know what they're doing is wrong. If my Black people is doing something wrong, I call them out on it. We shouldn't be having games. It should be no games. There should be no games. I don't care what's going on. There should be no games. Oh, I want to shoot him because his foot, he got the new Jordans, you know. But back to, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So where do we go from here? We sit up there, and what I'm going to do is sit up there and figure out how I can get my name on the list somehow. And if I can't, then I run for state senator. I'm not trying to get on that podium and look stupid. I, I'm I'm just I'm not made to win this time. It's not, but this is history. This is history. I'm going to talk about in my home, in my own home, wherever I shall move, I'm going to talk about, what should be done. I've came up with different things that they talk about online that could be done differently, especially for Black people. you know um no Trump holds no favoritism. I don't believe, and I wouldn't hold no favoritism, but I'm saying that I don't believe in, like, I believe sort of in different things. I would entertain possibly reparations, but I wouldn't sit up there and bank on it, because they have reparations possibly going on in California. They have reparations going on in Olympia, Washington. It's a Black man. I think he's mayor or senator, and they are working on reparations. So since a lot of states are getting into it, I would seek that for possibly, depending on the state, whichever state wants to do it, and that way you have a lot of people come to your city that wants to do it. That's looking, that wants to be in that reparation status. You know, but if it's nothing that's guaranteed, but yeah, I want to see about that. I have to sit down literally with people and go over things that I feel that the state that I'm in and the city that I'm in and the district that I am in can benefit from, based on what I know thus far. So I want them to benefit, from what's going on, if that makes any sense. So yeah. So anyway, I am about to get off of here, but I feel like we ought to sit up there and go over what will benefit, like go over state, city, district, what will benefit from doing this way, and what will benefit, which means I have to get people on board, which means that I have to do a lot of practice, which means that I have a lot to do if I want this. I can make it happen if I want it that badly. If I want it that badly, I can make it happen. But I'm going to take it slow. I have 2 years, 26 and 27, to sit up there and get good and learn how to speak more better. But I can still get my point across when I talk about what I talk about. I'm not looking to get any forms of SAT words in my vocabulary to look more intelligent than the next person. You know, if Gavin Newsom knew it all with his intelligence, he wouldn't be in this predicament with the rioters. He would be able to control them, better, you know. But he's not. So he must not be that intelligent, and his missions must not be that great. And what he wants to do must not must be not must not be benevolent, you know. So I want y'all to think about that, you know. But I am about to get off of here. Um, I cannot let somebody like him use us, use and abuse us in the system. He got the money to do it, so he does it. But he does it for evil. When Trump has money, he does stuff for peace. He wants peace. He Gavin Newsom go to events and sit up there and do 4 hours of talking to people and taking pictures so you can remember him and he can be remembered by everything. So when he does run for president, they can be like, oh, Gavin Newsom sat with us. He's getting paid to do that. And I can't take it. I can't take Kamala Harris, she's mulatto, you know, the Democrats in slavery times, in the slavery times, they always had the mulatto woman, you know, always getting special treatment over dark-skinned women like me and women that is of darker color, you know. I just can't do it. I can't have two people. They may know the laws and the bills and all of that, but what I know is I know what's right, what's wrong. You give me a question, you tell me and explain to me something, I listen to you and I go off of that. I sit up there, once I listen to you, I sit up there and I tell you what is right and what is wrong from what you told me. I am a good listener when I am listening. I was in a paper in one of these little islands around here or something. But yeah, you have to learn from somewhere. You can't sit up there and say, "Oh, well, she don't know nothing. I know a little something." And there's what you can say called learning on the job, you know. The thrill of running is something that you never be able to, the thrill of running is something you'll never be able to forget. It's like a all high. It's like a high, you're running and you're seeing new people faces and you're getting to know people. People are calling your phone, asking you questions about what you plan on doing differently if you were senator or whatever you're running for, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a really good feeling because like you not letting them down. And that's why Trump does it. He don't want to let people down, you know. And he want to win there. And that makes me a winner because I bet it on you, Donald Trump. I bet it on you. I bet it on you twice. So that makes me a winner in a way. I bet it like picking a horse, you know. So yeah. Y'all take care. Okay, be safe and um talk to you later. Bye.
Never waste my time, you all I want.